By spring of 2024, meaning around April or May 2024, IRCC will release their list of trusted institutions for the capping of international students. Now, what are the pros and the cons about the trusted institutions framework and the various information or factors that you have to truly consider in 2024 before you decide on choosing a program and a school? We will talk about those in this video. Hello everyone, this is Coach Rice. Canada is set to bring in 750,000 international students only this year, and this number grows year on year. International student industry is a 30 billion with a B industry in Canada, and this is good and bad. Good, of course, because it creates the economy of education in Canada. It's an industry that creates jobs for Canadians, and the disadvantage is, as we have seen, is that international students tend to exhaust the local resources of the communities where they study. Now, the government of Canada, as has been released a couple of weeks ago, will implement the Trusted Institution Framework, wherein by 2024, schools across Canada will be two-tiered, meaning there are schools that will be included in the list of Trusted Framework, and there are schools that will not be included in the Trusted Framework. Now, there are various factors that the government took into account in order to classify schools, and these factors are student program retention rates, on-time program completion, revenue generated from international students. They also look at scholarships for students from less developed countries, availability of student housing, and the student-teacher ratio. By the way, guys, if you think you need help in choosing a program or a province that is best suited for you, connect with us. That's info@questcanadaca.com or visit our website, and we have got a free eligibility assessment there. There are two factors I believe are absolutely worth zooming into these eligibility factors. The first one is scholarship. To be honest, it's not common for me to come across a school that will offer scholarship. Some schools will offer bursaries that will range between 500 to 1,000. One school I came across with would offer 2,000, but that's about it. There's no such thing as scholarship. Certainly, there are schools that offer them, but you will have to dig absolutely deeper into the eligibility factors to be granted scholarship. And it's not common for these scholarships to be granted to international students, mostly domestic students. And this is a good thing. This is absolutely positive because this is a help to international students. And the second one is the income that the school receives from international students. There are schools in Canada, especially in Ontario, that makes international students as their bread and butter, wherein they issue admission to students even after 3 to 5 days after application. And this is because they want to motivate students to just come in and pay their tuition, will provide money to the school and make it their own income, which is not necessarily the case with other schools, especially in the Atlantic, in Alberta, in BC, Saskatchewan for sure, and Manitoba, wherein it takes weeks on end because they absolutely evaluate and assess the grades, the TOR and the diploma and the educational background of the person before providing admission letters. And that is an absolutely good process, wherein if the student receives an admission, it is because the student is eligible for the program and not just because the school makes international students as their main source of income. One main positive factor about this Trusted Institutions Framework is that if you apply at a school that is listed under this program, then your application will receive less scrutiny. Less scrutiny means faster processing of your application. But the negative thing is, and we also have to think of this, students will obviously flock at at schools that are designated under this program. If more students will apply at a certain specific school, then it will create more competition. More competition means higher tuition, higher competition on jobs as well, and higher competition on housing as well on that certain community where the campus of that school is located at. So this is really a catch-22. The main reason that the government is implementing this regulation is because of the local resources being exhausted, apparently, by international students. But by creating the very same framework, also creates the same problem. So yeah, it's a catch-22. Nevertheless, guys, if you do plan to study in Canada, move to Canada permanently via study permit, you certainly have to be aware of the institutions framework that are trusted by the IRCC. Again, the result or the list will be issued by spring 2024. And therefore, we can also assume that by spring 2024, this framework will be implemented on the IRCC level of application processing.